Why, hello there. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you guys came back. It's just me here today, you guys. Let me just show you really quickly. I have a list. This is my list of ideas of videos to do on this channel. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you guys decided to come back to this channel. If you are not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell because I've got all kinds of story times in line for you guys and Q&As, all kinds of fun stuff. Today's video is going to be answering all of the questions that I have avoided. So let me explain a little bit. There's a lot that has went down in my life for the past, I mean, obviously like my whole life, but for the past 10 years that have been put onto YouTube. I've been very picky and choosy about what has made it out there. So today's video, I'm gonna be answering a ton of different questions revolving around things that either I have not answered before or I answered previously, but it seems like a lot of people still have the question. Like maybe people missed a video, maybe I went on Instagram Live and answered it there, and that's why you guys didn't see the answer. So this is just gonna kind of be like an FAQ of things that a lot of people don't know about me. I asked you guys on Instagram and there was an insane amount of people on there who decided to join in and ask questions. To be completely honest, there is no way I'm gonna be able to answer every single one of these questions. I'm gonna try to hit some good ones. So I'm just gonna start at the top here. This is gonna go in no particular order. I'm gonna try to keep all the fluff out of this and give you guys the answer that you guys want. So this is one that I got quite a bit revolving around my sons, Kyson, Caden, and Landon, seeing their sister on their dad's side. If you don't know, the twins and Landon actually have another biological sister from their dad. He had a relationship after me and him broke up. She's almost exactly 1 year younger than Landon is. They are no longer together. I don't know what happened with that. I don't speak with her anymore. We've chatted a few times here and there. I don't think there's like any beef between us. If we reached out to each other, I think both of us would be willing to do something about that, but there just hasn't been. That being said, they have obviously met her before. The only times that they ever see her is when they go over to their dad's house. This ties in with another question of how often the kids really go over to their dad's house, and I can't speak on the future. Drake and I are in a very good place right now. I won't say good, but we don't fight anymore. We used to fight a lot. We would go back and forth. I think there was a lot of hostility. I was really bitter for a long time for obvious reasons. There was definitely a lot of head clashing for a long time. However, these last couple years, things have really calmed down. I got to a place within myself where I realized that me getting upset about anything wasn't going to change his relationship with the kids. So I'm not going to speak badly on his part. I'm not going to say anything that I couldn't say to him or with him sitting here right next to me, because everything that I'm about to say is 100% facts. Since the day that we split up, I've tracked every single visit that they've ever had with him. I do want to say that I do have sole legal, sole physical custody of them. That being said, I don't use that against him any time, and I mean this when I say it, anytime he asks to see those boys, I let him do that. I know that that's really controversial among my viewers. I never want to be the reason that they don't have a relationship with their father. When they grow up, I don't want them to have resentment towards me. Part of me, and I think a lot of people probably feel the same way, feels like I should protect them and kind of keep them from the in and outness that has happened in the past with him being in their lives. No shade to him, but I don't want him to be able to ever say like your mom kept me from them, because that will never be true. Growing up, if they decide that they want to have an adult relationship with him, I want that to be okay with them and me. To my knowledge, he's not a drug addict or alcoholic. As far as custody goes, I can read you the exact dates that they have seen him this year. Once in January, once in February, once in June, once in July, and once in August. Take it how you see it. He did pick up Landon one time, only Landon for his birthday, and he took him somewhere for a couple hours. I did invite him to the twins' birthday this year because we have been on better terms, and I would love if he were to come around and decide that he wanted to be involved in that. He might have been busy. I honestly don't know, and I don't really care. I'm just trying to do what's best for them and like what I see is best for them. Every single time I see him, we talk, and he has told me several times that he wants to change and that he does want to be in their lives. I hold hope for that, but I don't get my hopes up for that, if that makes sense. As long as I know that my kids are safe and they're not put in any kind of dangerous situation and they're having fun over there, I don't mind it. Does it make me angry? Yes, it does, for them. Does it make me sad? Yes. The little time that they have spent with him, they've had good things to say coming back. So that's kind of what I base my decisions off of. Obviously, if they came home and they were saying something different, or like they felt uncomfortable going over there, I wouldn't make them go over there. And honestly, I don't think he would make them go over there either. We're kind of in a place now where he knows, he admits it, that he's not really a dad to them. He's even told me recently that he respected Chris for stepping up as that role. So that's why I don't have anything negative to say about him, because I don't know, I honestly don't know. So going back to the original question, do the boys see their sister? As far as I know, it seems like he mostly tries to have all of them together. I don't know what his schedule is with his other daughter. I have no idea. That's really not my business. To my understanding, they see her when they see him. What I know is what I'm saying right here. And again, what I know, I've said to him, and I could confidently say that he would sit right here and not disagree with anything that I'm saying. Whew, heavy topic. Let's lighten the mood a little bit. Actually, I don't know with these questions. Let's see. How often do you and Chris have sex? You guys seem to be pretty intrigued with my sex life. I've got stories for days revolving around that. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. It obviously depends, like it varies week to week depending on what we're doing. But typically I'd say about every other day, but sometimes it'll be more than once in one day. So like in a week span, I'd say about 7, maybe a little less some weeks, and maybe some weeks a little more. It just depends. Like honestly, it really just depends. We don't have a schedule. We do it the lazy way, we do it the fun way, we do it the spicy way, we do it the tipsy way, we do it the loving way. I mean, there's like so many different, this is so bad. I feel like this should be on a different platform. So this is another big one. Why is Chris not in contact with his mother anymore? Kind of a backstory. Chris's dad passed away almost 3 years ago. He had a very, very, very close relationship with his father. I don't want to get into it too much because I know this is a very personal subject for him, and I feel like it's not really my place to answer. In fact, I'm gonna ask him before I post this if this is even okay to answer. So whatever he's comfortable with me saying is what I will put out there. But long story short, she started seeing someone pretty soon after his father passed away, and she ended up moving away. There was lots of in between. They are no longer in contact with each other. We have no connection with her at all, and it's kind of sad, but essentially he lost his mom and his dad when his dad passed away, and he's an only child. I thought we were getting happier here. Okay, I'm gonna try to pick some better questions, you guys. I need some upbeat in my life. Do you erase all of the footage from your home security cameras of when you have sex? No. Sometimes we'll like turn the camera away, but for the most part, like, it's not like we go back and watch it later though either. You guys are some nasty bitches. Have you ever kissed Gabe while he was with his wife? Hell no. I'm sorry. That's kind of mean, but no. Just nip that right in the butt right now. Do you ever lose your shit with your kids? You seem so chill all the time. I'm not. I'm definitely not chill all the time. I never wanted to be the yelling mom, and I feel like I've done a good job of that. Like I wouldn't consider myself a yelling mom, but I definitely lose my shit on those kids. Sometimes they do the stupidest shit. Like why? Why would you throw glitter all over the floor? Why the fuck would you do that? Why? It doesn't make any sense to me. That's the time where I might lose my shit. Homework time. I get so frustrated. It is so hard having all of them sit down and pretend like they don't know what the fuck to do. Use your eyes, read the words. It's not that hard. Dinner time. I make dinner. I serve dinner. They eat dinner. They leave, they go to bed, right? No, no, that's not how it happens. 10 minutes after dinner time is up. I'm hungry. Fucking how? How? It's been 2 minutes. For the most part, I think I do a good job at not losing my shit, but don't let me fool you. I'm still human. I'm trying to not turn this into a Q&A. Like a lot of people have a lot of good questions, but they're just kind of like basic questions. I'm trying to keep these more surrounding subjects that like I've seen multiple people answer. So if you have more questions, don't worry. There'll be opportunities for you. Make sure you leave video suggestions down below. So if there's anything that you're thinking right now that I can make a video out of, comment down below, because I have a list. I showed you guys my list. I have a list of topics to talk about at some point. Drake said you cheated on him. Is it true? Tea. The tea is so spicy. Is it spicy? No, it's just hot, huh? I'm just gonna be completely real with you guys. Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna get really judged for this, but I really don't care. Like I have nothing to prove to anybody. If you don't know, I was cheated on when I was, how pregnant was I? 6 months pregnant? I think I was about 6 months pregnant with the twins. 3 weeks after our marriage, I walked in on him doing the deed. Literally, actually no, he had just finished. So they were done. Pants were being pulled up to the ankles. I walked in, he handed his ring to me. That was the end. I can tell that full story. I feel like I've told it before, but let me know if I haven't gone into detail. I don't remember what I've said in my previous videos, and if I haven't, I would love to tell that story. That's a good one. When we split, I was pretty pregnant with twins. I was now single. There's lots of hormones going on when you're pregnant, okay? I don't think this justifies this. There are a lot of people that know me in real life. They're gonna be very surprised by this. Gosh, if you're like my family, can you just click off of this right now or just like skip? Because this is gonna be embarrassing. Your girl likes some D, okay? I'm just gonna be straight up. I slept with someone when I was pregnant with the twins. I was not with Drake at this time. We were clearly split up. he cheated on me, it was the end. We eventually did get back together after the twins were born. So I'm talking in between here, okay? I'm not gonna get into detail, but honestly, if your girl can get it on pregnant, why not? A lot of people probably think it's weird. You know, it is weird. I'm gonna be honest, it is kind of weird. I honestly hate that women are just expected to just sit down and be like obedient women of the world and never have opinions or feelings or the ability to do the things that they want. The world is very hard on women, especially moms, especially single moms, especially single moms who are pregnant. This was someone that I had already known. I did not just go on 9th Street and pick up a stranger and fuck him in the car and then go home. It wasn't like that. It was like a friend of mine, I guess you could say. He was okay with it. I was okay with it. Lilia visited her dad. I didn't have her around. She would go over there every other weekend. When we got back together, we didn't really discuss anything because he was messing around a lot, obviously. He was a single man. Single men are allowed to do whatever they want. It's just the single women who aren't. After everything was said and done and we split up, I told him, I think I was mad. And so I like kind of brought it up because I knew that he wouldn't be okay with it. Ever since I told him, he was livid. To this day, he says that I cheated on him. Is that cheating? Is that cheating? We were clearly, obviously split up. He says because I was pregnant with his kids that I was cheating on him. There's the tea, sis. Moving on. There's a lot of you guys asking about my virginity and it's a really bad story. I think I'm gonna make that into a story time video. That's gonna be its own thing. Wait for that one. Have the kids ever walked in on you and Chris doing it before? I can proudly say no. We put a lock on that fucking door. There is a lock on that. The last video that we posted, I kind of left you guys on a cliffhanger unintentionally. I didn't realize that I should address this part of the story, but I had so many of you guys asking me, so did you guys do it on the park bench? We did not do it on the park bench. We went to the car. I'm gonna leave it at that. There's a couple people asking here, what happened to Nani? If you don't know who Nani is, she's our next door neighbor, and nothing. I don't know why people keep asking. I guess because she's not in my videos as much anymore, but she got a job. At the time she wasn't working and we hung out with her all the time, and she works now, so we just see her less, but nothing like happened. We just don't talk as much anymore because we're both honestly just extremely busy, but I love that family. I think they love me. I don't know. A lot of people want to know how many people I have slept with. We're getting really personal here, but I honestly don't care. It's actually a huge problem that I have with society, that people look down on women for wanting to enjoy their bodies the same way that men are allowed to enjoy and mess around with theirs. In these very few videos, I've talked quite a bit about doing the deed, but to be completely honest with you guys, I have not slept with that many people. I mean, at least I don't view it as that way. Again, I hope we're in a judge-free zone here. I know that the world is not, the internet is not a judge-free zone. I have obviously had 3 long-term relationships, 2 of which I was married to. There's 3 people obviously that I've had sex with. Total, I'm 27 years old. I lost my virginity pretty early. It's not a story that I'm proud about, but I was pretty young, so I've had sex for lots and lots and lots of years. I've slept with 7 people, so I don't know if that sounds like a lot to some people, but I'm definitely very picky and choosy about who I sleep with. I just enjoy the activity in itself. I'm gonna leave it there. Y'all asked, I give you the answer. I have quite a few people on here asking political questions, and I really don't like getting into politics. It gets messy, it gets controversial, but since there's so many people asking, I'm not going to go off on this. I don't feel hardcore one way or another. I hate the side picking thing and the labels and stuff. My views the majority of the time tend to be on the liberal side, but I really don't want to get into that mess. You guys have so many good questions on here. Like I've already spent so long filming this. The end time that you see on this, add an extra 3 times the amount because I'm sitting here scrolling through your guys' comments and trying to figure out how I can answer them in the least controversial way possible. But I'm gonna have to leave it there. If I didn't answer your question in this video, it's either because A, I've already addressed it previously and I don't want to kind of repeat. It might be helpful for you to Google Just Fam and whatever question that you have. There's a lot of really good questions on here. It's because I've either already answered them in a past video, or the other reason could be that I'm gonna make an entire video based around that. So just because I didn't answer your question doesn't mean that I'm not going to. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on so you get notified when I upload these videos. These often might be uploaded at night because they're gonna be edited at night when my kids are in bed and not listening. I hope you guys don't view me differently after watching this video. I feel like I have so many stories to tell you guys. Obviously, if you want to see our life day to day, our vlogs are still continuously posted on Just Fam. It looks like I hit the majority of the questions unless they are a bigger question that I'm gonna address as a whole later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye.